If this is your first time tuning into the Voice of Reason with ZoWilliams, here's a quick breakdown of what I do. I give practical advice regarding all things relationship. I cover everything from conflict resolution, communication issues, baby mama and baby daddy drama, money, astrology, cheating, blended families, religion, culture, and marriage. I also do a thing called Open Line Thursdays, where people from all over the world can call in with their issues for the purpose of gaining a little insight into their problems, as well as getting some laughs in on the side. So reach out to us. 8772-106-106 is the number to dial. Love on the Rebound. Are you the Dennis Rodman of relationships? That's what we're doing tonight. Now, on to my intro. There are some of us who believe failure to be more instructive than success. Is it not our failure that provides us with the most ample opportunity for introspection? Nevertheless, no one, and I mean no one, likes to lose, especially when it comes to love. This is why accountability is so rare in today's relationships. Far too many of us are unwilling to admit, or are willing to admit, that we've made wrong decisions, said the wrong things, or even chose the wrong partner. Thus, we walk away from our relationship failures with emotional baggage. We are the carriers of resentment and unresolved bitterness. Unable to heal properly, many of us are doomed to become the walking dead, wounded. On tonight's show, Love on the Rebound, Are You the Dennis Rodman of Relationships? The Voice of Reason will take an in-depth look at what can happen when misery goes looking for company. 8772-106-106 is the number to dial. Love on the Rebound. Are you the Dennis Rodman of relationships? Are you looking for someone to claim your emotional baggage? Are you looking for that person? How many of you have passed up the chance to take full advantage of someone freshly off a bad breakup? Do you know somebody who looks for those kind of people? I know a bunch of people like that. We did a show like that recently, or a little while ago, called the White Knight Syndrome. Captain Save 'em, right? Do you prefer rebound relationships and flings as a way of avoiding long-term relationships? Right? Y'all know the questions here. If you have some similar questions, call me. 8772-106-106 is the number to dial. Love on the Rebound. Are you the Dennis Rodman of relationships? Do you find yourself dating excessively after a recent breakup or divorce? Has the untimely passing of a loved one, be it a relative or spouse, has that sent you looking for comfort in someone new? And once it gets old, you bounce them out and you look for someone else. Are you the rebounder or the reboundee? Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to introduce my co-host for tonight. But before I do that, let me just say this real quick. My homeboy, one of my writers on my show, his daughter, her name is Nikeba King. She's having a birthday today. She turned 16 years old on the 8th today. And Nikeba King, we want to say happy birthday, and your father sends shouts out too. But now, the legend, the myth. He kept it hot in the 80s. He was the master of warm-up. He is a perpetual punching bag on several of the Foxxhole shows. He is considered to be a loose cannon. One of my favorite people on planet Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the incomparable, the magnanimous, Lewis Dix, LD Fish Dix.
First, I want to say happy birthday to Nikeba King. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's good luck, man.
Oh, yeah. Her dad's cool people.
He is.
And I mean that. So, hey, it's good to be here, Zoe. Thank you.
Come on, man. It's all good.
Thank you for inviting me. And, yeah, I guess, yeah, I fit in that category. I don't know if I'm the...
Everybody wants to know, are you okay?
Well, let me just, for those who don't know, I was married for 210 months. And for those of you counting, that's 17 and a half years. And I've been divorced 36 months.
Right.
Plus, we have a lovely, strong 17-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. The boy I call XY, and the girl I call X. But it was a great journey. We met, and a shout out to Marcus King, Jamie Foxx's manager, who introduced me.
Yes, sir.
I love and hate him sometimes for that.
For hooking you up?
Hooking me up in Oaktown, Yay area. So I met a Yay area girl. and she was beautiful and smart and just no father in the picture. So again, I was Captain Save 'em somewhat.
Wow.
You know, and then you know, met her, fell in love visually. But I did love what was inside of her.
Okay.
She was corporate. She was focused. She had a college degree. She, you know, she was self-serve. You know, just and looking for love. So bam, then happens. Get married. Have a baby. Love it. She works. I'm home because my great schedule. I'm with the kids, burping them, doing all that, learning the daughter front to back. You know, you got a little baby girl. You know what I mean?
Front to back.
Front to back.
I got a baby girl. I understand.
So all that took place, and it was great. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved walking in that house, being the king. When they were all asleep, I would walk around saying, man, I'm doing the right thing as a man.
You were patrolling?
Oh, man, all day long, you know, and I felt really proud. I was in the Raggedy car. She was in the Lexus. You know, I felt like I was doing everything that was right.
But this is all fine and dandy. What people want to know is...
Then what happened was homie rolled up. Some cool dude in the little Mercedes selling real estate. Those of you know real estate was real hot like 3 years ago. Homie was rolling. He used to come to her little company, whisper in her ear, even though he saw our pictures up there, the family. Listen, brothers, if you out there and you're trying to hit on a woman and you see her have pictures of her family, let that family ride out first before you try to stick her, okay?
Wow.
Let it ride out, all right? Because that's something special. So that got destroyed. Homie got his little groove on. I was kind of boring. It is boring when you're doing laundry and loving somebody. I guess that can be boring. And then she sought some excitement, and the next thing you know, he's texting her 2 in the morning, and she's sitting out in the car having phone conversation with him while we're waiting for dinner. So I hung in there for a year without telling her, and then I finally let it out, and then next thing you know, bam.
So was it a challenge for you to know that she was considered the finest girl in Oakland?
Yeah, that's the myth that goes around. Actually, she wasn't the finest. I was told she was a top 3.
I heard she was quite splendiferous.
She was a beautiful woman. I mean, you know, hey, sometimes opposites attract, you know? So, you know, I'm going to take it that way. But I would say I was very handsome inside. You know, I'm not an ugly guy. I got Michael Jackson's old nose, but still. I think my strength...
You got his nose leftovers?
Yeah. So I think my strength was the consistency and stableness I brought to the marriage and how to.
But see, let me just say, Lewis, I'm a firm believer that marriage neuters masculinity.
Oh, yeah.
Did you feel like you were neutered in the situation?
No, I wouldn't say I was neutered because I chose to do this. It was important for me to not hear later on in my marriage that you never did this, you never did that, because I was in show business. You never did this with the kid, you never did that. So I made sure my schedule so I could always be there. So I wanted to eliminate that. So I actually henpecked myself.
So did you run out after you found out that some young cat, younger than you or whatever, is daggering your girl? Did you, your wife, like say, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go dagger?
No, I wasn't a daggerer kind of guy. Once you've been married 17 years, your dagger kind of gets a little, you know, misfocused. You know, it kind of gets dormant for a while because it's only allowed to live on birthdays, Christmas.
So you didn't start like a quick rebound relationship?
No, I went the other way. I went the depressed why. I went that internal, I'm going to experience this pain, and also being a thespian, thinking you need to experience this pain.
I'm a lesbian, too.
I mean, thespian, not lesbian. Shit. So I wanted to actually, you know, embrace that for comedy purposes. So I took it on, the pain. I could have went the other way.
Well, the other thing people want to know, too, Lou, is it really 3 years and counting?
Oh, not getting any. Yeah, well, you know.
Lord Dry Balls up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, well, yeah, let's keep that in perspective.
How is that possible?
Well, it's possible because it's, you know, yeah, to the normal person it is kind of weird. Yeah, I haven't had sex in 3 years, but it helps you focus. Well, it does more than help you focus. It makes you a little crazy, too.
You gain weight, too, all the cum.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you know, and keep in mind, I was really angry for a while, and now I'm just open to, you know, meeting people and going out. But I didn't want to put all that mess that I was bringing into somebody just for a nut. You know, I can get that on the regular.
Lewis, they want to know how you live. How is it that you're able to survive without sex?
Well, because there's more to
Sexuality is some human shit.
All right, well, no, I take care of what I need to take care of. As far as me laying down next to a woman, that's going to come in time. And here's the thing. all that junk that comes with it, those brothers can handle that. I mean, because this is a lot. Right now, I don't need that mess in my life.
Got you. So I have a question that I just asked Lewis Dix. I'm asking my listeners right now. Lewis Dix is 3 years and counting without having any. I'm asking you, when you call in, tell me how long has it been for you in between relationships? Are you the type of person that breaks up with somebody and bounces immediately to another situation? Or are you the type of person like Lou that does the self-introspection and the unraveling of themselves, the rebuilding of what? You want to say something,
Well,
Lou? Go ahead,
you
Lou.
know, okay, I'm lying dormant, but I got to give much props to my ex because she going on week vacations. So,
wow.
And I think when you go on a week vacation, somebody doing something, you know. So shout out to homie, whoever's paying that bill.
So you glad
Probably
the bill is
me.
off your hands? Right?
Yeah, it's probably me.
You paying
know.
for vacations, Lou?
No, I'm paying. Hopefully, my child support is going to my children. And if not, then you know what? God will take care of that. She's going to get hers on the...
Lisa from Cali, you're in the Voice of Reason. It's your time to chime. Holla.
Hi, Zoe. I was calling because I'm actually like a horrible rebounder. So what I typically do is I'll be in a relationship, and then if it doesn't work, then I'll just go back to someone that I had talked to before that it didn't work out with. So I have like a little group that I just rotate around based off of like what happened with the original
So Lisa,
relationship.
let me ask you this, Lisa. You have a hotation.
And how old is she?
That's what we call it. We call it a hotation.
Wow.
How old is she?
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, you really need to reevaluate that. That's nasty.
Well, no. Well, first let's understand this. Are you the type of person that feels that you have to be in a relationship? I mean, what's the problem with taking a little time off and reassessing some of the things that you contributed to the relationship that were negative or disempowering? I mean, do you take any time for yourself to figure out, you know, like, why am I in this situation again? Do you do that?
Well, what happens is while I'm in the rebound situation, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so beyond this.
Are you
And
like,
then
it's not my fault?
Myself. No, it's not my fault, but like that person, like, I'm like, oh, well, this relationship didn't work the first time or the third time or whatever, so why am I still doing this? And then I start to prepare myself for the next relationship.
Wow.
Like the better, like the long term. So it'll be like a year and I'll be in a relationship and then it doesn't work and then I'll just reach out to someone that I had previously dated and then they're just like always...
But don't they know that you're coming back again? Don't they know, like, it's you again? Shit. Just the bed is warm. Get in there.
But can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a personal question?
That's Lewis Dix.
Hi, Boo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
But don't you want one person to care for you and just, you know, be there and want to come home to you and want to say hello to you and tell you they miss you? Don't you want
This
that?
is the fantasy, Lou. Don't feed into the fantasy.
I
It's
do.
why she's
And
rebounding right now.
Well, what happens is, I guess it's more of just the failure of the long-term relationship. So instead of feeling like, oh, it didn't work again or whatever, instead of like truly evaluating my
Okay, so Lisa,
within your relationship, it's a shared responsibility.
So Lisa, I have to take a quick break, but before I do, I want you to tell me, what are the top 3 things that you do that puts you back in a rebounding situation? Because, I mean, if you're a chronic rebounder, you got to be doing some shit that's some bullshit.
Yeah,
what are the top 3 things that you do that get you to replay this bullshit-ass nightmare?
So number one is, in order to keep a rebound cycle, you still have to, like, ping them here and there, just be like, oh, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. So I've gotten caught up in the past on getting the random text messages, you know, the, hey, come over and watch a movie. You know,
so you overlap. You're overlapping is what they call it.
Yes, I overlap. So that's number one. Number 2 is I say, okay, I'm going to give it 100%. I'm going to fully commit to this relationship, and I lose myself in that relationship. So I'm like, you know, all my hobbies go to the wayside. I don't talk to my girlfriends, all those different things. So the person that they were attracted to in the beginning, I'm no longer that person. I'm just living to be with that other person. And
Okay,
then number 3
you know what we
is
need?
I don't
Let
hold
me
them
just say this.
accountable.
Wait, say that again. You don't do what?
I don't hold the person accountable when something happens. So I'll just hold it and then I'll just explode. And they're like, oh, she's crazy. And it's like, no, I'm not crazy. I just didn't say anything 2 months ago when you did something that I didn't like and I didn't appreciate. So
you
know that it's a shared responsibility. I know that, you know, I contribute to it, but, you know, I'm just in this constant hamster, you know, wheel, just going around and around.
Well, Lisa, you know what?
This year is to stop.
Exactly. No, and you know what, Lisa? I mean, because seriously, I think you could be on this show for the rest of the show and another 3 hours afterwards. What I would like for you to do is take down my email address because we can work through some of these issues. I'm at ZO@Sirius-Radio.com because it's some basic stuff that you could be doing. The fact that you know what the problem is means you're 50% towards the solution. So get at me. I'm at ZO@Sirius-Radio.com, and let's continue this conversation after the show is over. Or you can catch me on Facebook. You know, ZoWilliams on Facebook. I got a little corny picture. It's no face of me. It's a black little picture of my book cover. Just reach out so we can continue the dialogue because there are a few things that you could do. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason, ZoWilliams, with special guest Lewis Dix. Love on the Rebound. Are you the Dennis Rodman of relationships? 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. We're about to take a quick break, and I'll be seeing you in a second. Holla. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, ZoWilliams has returned. Tonight's topic, love on the rebound. Are you the Dennis Rodman of relationships? Are you just rebounding after rebound, failed relationship after failed relationship after failed relationship? What is going on with your life? Are you the problem? Are you the situation? Somebody call me, reach out to me. 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. Of course, we have Lewis Dix in the building.
Oh.
He, too, is a master of rebounds.
Yeah.
For he is in the deepest, longest self-introspection prison I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
3 years celibate and counting. Really quickly, we want to move to our next caller in line. He hasn't called here in a long time, and I appreciate having him back. Low Life,
whoa.
You're in the Voice of Reason. It's your time to chime. Holla.
What's up, man?
What up, man?
I asked my man, Lewis Dix, man. I mean, dog, 3-year pimp. I mean, they really need to check your backyard, man, to make sure you ain't got a little shed back there, man, with a little 10-year-old back there or something, man. That's dangerous.
Is that like you trying to say that I might be gay?
I'm saying you might you got to have some kind of pussy around the head, around the back of the house or something, dog. 3 years, Phil?
Well, you know, I do something that you probably don't do a lot. I read. You know, I sit around, I might read a book or something like that.
A book is nice.
You know, you sitting around looking for your teeth, Low Life, but listen, no, on a serious tip, Low Life, I don't understand why you men.
I mean, you can only jack your dick out so.
I know, but see, this is my point, though. Why you as a male are worried about what another male is doing with his joint?
Wow.
I mean, no, look here, dog. Look here, dog. I want to ask you, dog. Why are you worried about my dog, dog? Play with your own dog. I mean, I got my dog, dog. You play with your dog, dog. Why you got to come at me about my dog? That's some freaky, nasty stuff that you sitting there made a phone call to ask about my ding-dong. You little freak. Get back in your truck and go blow yourself. Leave me alone.
Oh, God.
Snatching up a bitch, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying. All I know I'm saying that you walking around worrying about Lewis Dix's John. You need to worry about, I tell you what, worry about Eddie Murphy's John.
Oh, shit.
Leave my John alone. Call Eddie Murphy, see what he doing with his John.
Thanks, Low Life. We gotta go, man. Shit. Hell no, we gotta go. Thanks, Low Life. God damn. You done set this motherfucker Lewis off. Shit.
No, man, I mean, at what point? I mean, come on, honestly.
You know what? Motherfuckers do that a lot, though.
I mean, this is what I have a problem with a lot of men. I mean, there was a time when you might ask your boy about, you doing. It was a quick question. Now it's like they want in-depth, conversation. That's what, no disrespect, but that's what women do. They sit around and talk about. Men don't sit around and put their business in the street. It's become a new little punk thing. You know, everybody got to know what you do. No, man, you handle your business privately, and then you handle it. When too many people know, that's when they hit your woman. Oh, shit. That motherfucker dropped game right there. And everybody handles shit differently anyway. So, damn, Lou, he done dropped a firebomb up in here. Well, no. Cloud, I mean, it's just from like, Buffalo. What's happening to men when we're now crossing over into what women do?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Cloud from Buffalo, you're in the Voice of Reason. It's your time to chime. Wait a minute. Say your name again.
Cloud. This is also known as Mr. Splash.
I was about to say, you sound like Mr. Splash, dude. Don't be calling here with a new name. What you doing?
All right. Okay. Well,
all right. Okay.
Short and sweet. Okay. First of all, when most people, it's been my observation that most people who like constantly get in a rebound situation is because they have an innate fear of being alone, and so they kind of see comfort in people when being alone may be the very thing they need to learn their lesson. And prime example, back in 2004, I split up with my wife, my then fiance, because I had cheated or whatever, and I felt like I needed to learn a lesson about just keeping it in the pants. So I took it upon myself to be celibate for about a year. It lasted about 9 months because I had a near-death experience, so I didn't want to die a virgin, so I cut that short. But
Oh, shit. So you just going to claim a year. Nigga, that was 9 months. He going to claim the year, though.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, Mr. Splash. I feel you.
Yeah, but the lesson was learned, though, because the main thing I had to learn about myself is that, well, shit, I'm easy. Basically, I like who likes me. So I had to get to a point where it wasn't all about sex, and I'm grateful that I did that because it, put a lot of things in perspective for me and it helped me learn about myself. And, basically, people need to do that. Sometimes you need that time to yourself to learn, how you tick. And so you won't just go jump into the next situation and get hit with the same hurt and pain all over again because you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
For sure. Cloud, a.k.a. Mr. Splash from Buffalo. You brought Buffalo into the building. I appreciate your call. You can call here anytime. We got to move on.
Great.
Good point. A lot of people, and when I started doing this research, man, into relationships, this dude named Bowlby, John Bowlby, in the 50s, developed some shit called attachment theory. And they basically talk about how when you're a child, how you attach to your mother affects how you attach in relationships it's like once it's set, how you attach to your mother, if you have a secure attachment or an avoidant attachment or an anxiety or anxious attachment, right? However you attach to your caregiver, your mother, is usually how you'll attach in relationships as an adult.
And it's funny you say that because my mother was the homemaker doing the laundry and everything, and I watched my father just do his thing. And that was just the time that they did. They did their thing, so I did it. I went to my mom. I do the laundry. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm taking care of my family. So I did become my mom somewhat, but I also had the strength of my father.
But do you think that made you unattractive to your wife? This is why I always come back and say matrimony neutralizes masculinity.
Well, I think it was attractive. I think it was attractive to her until she reached the unattractive time in her life.
Because think about it, you're a man, a fucking barbarian, carrying the whites and the colors with some downy. She's like, that ain't Thundar no more. That's not sexy to me.
He was still paying all the bills. He was still.
That don't mean shit.
Well, in her mind, like I said, in her uneducated, unhealthy mind, yeah, that's how it worked. But for someone that's looking for someone to love them and care for them and allow them to be the better woman they are.
People don't know what love is.
Well, here's the thing. You will learn once you don't have it anymore.
But people don't give a fuck now.
Well, I know they don't, but you know what? Some of us still have to. We have to. We have to care about love. You have to. Because otherwise, our children won't learn how to love. I mean, I feel sorry for my daughter right now trying to date these little young punks who all they want to do is do it, or we know that. Right. But there's no rules in this engagement anymore.
No.
And if we don't have fathers step up and explain what love should be and demonstrate it, and sometimes you have to I made all the big decisions. I didn't make a lot of small decisions. I just made the major decisions in my home. And what happens is sometimes women get full of making all these little decisions, and they think that they're add up to big decisions.
Right.
But they're not. And then when they start running stuff, things fall apart and go crazy.
There are some women in here that disagree. And ladies out there,
so what?
If you disagree with motherfucking wild lemur Lewis Dix, please call in. 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. He says you motherfuckers can't make no sound decisions without the strong black man in the building. Speak on it.
No, they don't, because I met a woman yesterday, and after my football game, I coached little 6th, 7th, 8th graders. Right. And it was really interesting. This single mother, first of all, a lot of you women think we want to do it to you. We don't. Okay?
Yes, we do.
Well, some of y'all do. I don't. All right? I saw her son, played against him. Her son was really gifted, 8th grade, 13, really tall. So he goes to the school that's not really high on academics, right? So I asked her, I say, listen, your boy where did you want to go after the school? I think we're just going to stay there. Well, no, he should think of Harvard, Westlake, or Loyola, a good educational school. Well, he's not smart enough. First time she said it. Now, I'm like, don't say that. Your son is smart. I looked in his eyes. He's an intelligent boy. He might not test well, but he's smart. No, he doesn't test well. I said, you know what? Will you be quiet?
You wanted to smack her?
Yes, because she was just down in this boy's strength. And I'm sitting there, another man is telling you he hasn't.
He gonna get a domestic violence
why don't you
case
go
on
ahead?
somebody else's wife.
Have you been over to Loyola? Well, he doesn't test well. I said, well, Loyola has a string of black men called the Alliance who help them learn how to take the test. Have you investigated it? No, I wouldn't go over there. You mean you wouldn't even try it? And she's
already given up.
Right, and the thing a man does, he says, you know what, I'm going to go 4 times, and they're going to have to tell me a 5th time.
Yeah.
The woman now has decided because of whatever black man failed her, she now is going to allow that to happen to her son by saying to me 4 times he's stupid and not pushing him into the world to be successful. So the boy doesn't test well. My son doesn't test well. But you aid him. And it's just wrong.
Wow.
And I know all the dudes, a lot of the dudes out there just trying to stick her, and she should be leery of that and put protection up. But understand when somebody's trying to help you for your boy. And now, because of that, she's going to have to buy those DVDs that I was suggesting to herself. I was going to send them to him. But then I realized I can't. Because it's going to send it in the wrong direction. So now she's got to pay her own way.
Wonderful tangent by Lewis Dix. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reset the topic. Love on the rebound.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wonderful tangent.
Sorry about that.
Classic Lewis Dix. Lorenzo from Georgia, you're in the voice of reason. It's your time to chime. Holla.
What's going on, guys? I believe y'all been following me around all my life because everything y'all talking about is like I'm listening to a book of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. The Ed Show is back. Well, talk to me.
Here's the deal. All right. Met my wife, first wife. I mean, we hit it off. Everything went good. You know, I was doing like Lewis did. I took care of the kids. You know, I worked, but I still
You became a domesticated primate. Go ahead.
You know, but like coming up through high school, I played sports. I was a hoe. So, you know, I met her. She changed me, or I thought she changed me. And so, you know, I wanted to do the right thing by her. So I did those things by choice. You know, it wasn't like she forced me. I did it by choice. But then after 11 years, you know, like Lewis said, I became boring to her. So then, you know, I was hurt. You know, my heart was broke. So then I became a hoe again. Now I'm at the point, if any female tries to get close to me, I push her away.
So, Lorenzo, let me say this. Did you disconnect from the true you in order to make her happy?
See, that's the thing I don't know because now I know what I need to do, and my mom tells me all the time, and my dad, you know, tell me, that I shouldn't be like I am because with, you know, everything that's out here now is dangerous. You know, and I use protection and all that. But, you know, I'm like, I gave my heart, I gave my all one time, and, you know, fool me once, shame on me, shame on you.
So what you're saying is she hurt you, and then you're saying you jumped into a rebound situation by becoming a hoe again?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. You know, and I'm like, I know it ain't right, but I just can't get close to nobody. I mean, I got divorced in 2004, so it's been like 5 years. I mean, and it's just like I'm in a relationship with a female right now, and she tells me all the time, look, you know, we gotta, you know, make a commitment, something, you know, we've been doing this thing for 3 years.
But Lorenzo, let me give you this. You have to get over what the other girl did to you. You can't carry that baggage into the relationship and mold this new relationship in the same pattern that the last unresolved situation was. That's what you're doing. You're reintroducing an old unresolved moment to a brand new situation. Now here's the thing. Corey Holcomb was on the show last week. And Corey Holcomb says, you know, bitches lie and bitches don't tell the truth, and, you know, he go hard in the paint, right? Don't believe shit a woman say, and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I love Corey because he keeps it real. But my point is this. Whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. If you upgrade how you think about relationships, if you reconsider what you think to be valuable in relationships, and you find out what your flaws are and correct them, then you start to attract those kind of people into your life. I think we attract people that have just what we need to expose whatever is unexposed in our own lives. Right? We attract that person that brings us just what we need to see the bullshit in ourselves. That's the mechanism of relationship. So guess what? In this new relationship, you're bringing an old situation because maybe she's doing something that reminds you of the old situation. You've got to resolve that before you can move forward with young lady. Lewis Dix wants to speak.
Well, no, I agree with you because you have to clean that up, and that's part of my process of not dating, and because I think it's certain things you give up when you take those steps in a relationship when you're just coming out of one. Because if you get a grip with a girl and then say 2 months in, you got 2 months in with girls saying they love you, and you don't even know me, and then the next step is if you say I love you back, that's one little notch that's tightening your screw up with this girl. Then if you have sex, that's another notch. Okay, then if you say you meet their kids, that's another notch, and then their mom. Like nowadays, you got girls inviting you to a picnic, and then you got to act like you their girlfriend at the picnic, or their boyfriend at the picnic. Like, you tripping? I mean, I'm just at a picnic. I'm getting a hot dog. Let me go. I got to eat the hot dog, then meet your mama, and meet your granddad, and then tell them I care about you. And by the time I leave the house, after 2 hours, I'm your fiancé.
Wow.
But all I had was a damn hot dog, and the potato salad wasn't good. Come on.
Damn. Your daddy's a drunk.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at your daddy drunk, so this is red flags that I'm not going to swallow.
I don't want to marry into this
group.
group.
If I knew them when I was younger and they were in the neighborhood, then I can know, oh, Mr. Johnson's drunk. Mr. Johnson, you're not driving the kids around. Now it's a new family, so I meet you, your daddy's drunk, they're going to drive my kid and something.
But the women will say it's scarcity. We got to lock whatever averagely okay motherfucker I'm dealing with down because ain't nothing else to choose from.
That's why we're getting a lot of average, don't have nothing young boys out here.
Wow.
Because they're not communicating and putting the best together.
So, Lewis, are you telling me there's nothing in the relationship, which is why it's so easy to rebound to the next situation?
Well, yeah, I think you have to honor some of what our parents did, how to make it real. Right now, we're cheating because we want everything fast. We want to step on the door and she open her legs right away, and then we leave and the legs close right away. That's not how it happens in the real world.
50 Cent said by the second day, if she ain't fucking, she's gone.
But this is a man that was shot 9 times. Why am I listening to him?
Hey.
Only time I'm listening to 50 Cent is when he says run.
You can't, when he says run.
Because I know he knows somebody's shooting. That's about it.
But still. 50 Cent, I mean, you know how America is. This motherfucker's worth $400-500 million. That means he's somebody, right? So at the end of the day, he's a success. And if he say if the bitch ain't fucking by 48 hours, peace out to the next bitch.
Right, because it's a fast food society. I mean, that's where we are right now. If you
Right.
think about it. But
Lil Wayne got a couple babies out there.
Right, and you know what? Here's the thing. Let me tell you people about being cool and street cred and all that. Perfect example of all that right now. Look at all these young athletes who start off a certain way. Then once their 10 years are, they have no credibility. They have plenty of street cred, but no credibility to make the next transition. And that's what relationship is. You get credibility, you meet somebody, you tell them who you are, you honor it, and as you go year to year, they start honoring you because you are honoring who you are. And that's how you build a relationship. Then you have children, and you make them honor it.
But
right
what
now,
about
honoring anything?
Well, Lorenzo just said he became some shit that he wasn't in order to make this woman happy, and then he came back after she pissed him off and started cheating.
Well, that's why you got to know who you are. That's why you got to do those moments that you're lonely as a teenager and sitting there. That's when you're supposed to be finding out who you are, what makes you happy, and you start anchoring yourself.
But our society isn't designed like that, Lou.
Right, but that's why we as adults have to start making these boys do certain things.
But we
can't
can't
just, girls.
Lou, we can't just wake up one day and go, you know what, some shit is wrong. If you've been conditioned to this, here's the format. What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I want to be this, or I want to be that, I want to be this or that. Then they put you on the path of becoming something. But they never put you on the path of discovering who you are. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So motherfuckers just don't wake up one day and go,
how did we do that? How did our generation do that? How did we discover who we are and what we wanted to be?
Failure. We had to lose a limb somewhere.
Okay, yeah, because you learn quickly, don't run in the street after that one boy got hit in the street, our neighborhood. When he got hit by the car, everybody else knew, I'm not running in the street like that.
Wow.
Because that's not a return on that.
That's no return on the car hitting.
And right now, these kids are getting returns off the dumbest, easy. We're all, as Americans, getting returns off stuff we're not earning.
Lou Dix is on fire. He's angry. You should see him. He's sweating.
Angry. It's passion. I mean, that's the thing. Whenever you say something with passion in America now, you're angry. No, you're a punk.
It's 3
and I'm just
years.
tougher than you.
It's been 3 years, and he's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's about to pop.
I'm not popping. My little football team is 3-1.
877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. We're about to take a quick break. Love on the Rebound. Are you the Dennis Rodman of relationships? Y'all better call us. We're having a fucking ball. We'll be back in a quick second. I'll see you in a minute. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, Lewis, he is really on fire. You guys, I wish y'all could see him. He's sweating like a brand new baby pig. I mean, he's just...
No, I'm so old, I thought that was Mission Impossible theme.
Oh, wow. No, that's Jasmine
I like
Sullivan.
her. I like that song.
Well, she's Philly.
Oh, she's from Philly?
I think she's Philly. Yeah.
From Philly?
So that's one
she's
of your
got a
people.
groove, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, ZoWilliams, Voice of Reason, Foxxhole Radio, Sirius 106, XM 149. Tonight's topic, love on the rebound. Are you the Dennis Rodman of relationships? 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. I encourage, urge, and implore you to reach out. We have about 20 minutes left in the show, and we have extra lines open, so don't be afraid. 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. Top 10 ways to break up respectfully. Don't drag it out. Just get right to it. Listen, this is not working. Shit, we have incompatible thought process. It just ain't gonna go down. You have a poverty script playing in your head, and I have a superhuman script playing in mine. This ain't gonna work, okay? Be honest. This is what I always tell women. Motherfuckers, masculinity is about freedom and honesty.
So true.
If a man is not honest, he's not free. And if he's not free and honest, he's not attractive to his woman. She will cheat on you. She will fuck around. Go ahead and get domesticated if you want to. She will fuck around.
I live in that, but it's okay. Let
She
her
will
do that.
fuck around. You better stay true to the core of what it means to be a man, and she'll always be attracted to you. She'll always fuck with you. Domesticated is buying into the fantasy that she's been conditioned to believe about relationships. So when you buy into that fantasy and become fucking Prince Charming and cater guy, because notice, the bad guy always seems to win, don't he?
Yeah, but he dies.
Because he's like, motherfucker, say word. And she's like, oh, shit,
yeah,
I'm moist.
but he dies alone.
This motherfucker has moistened the whole building with his defiance.
Hilarious. You silly.
You see, we gotta be that motherfucker all day. Now, that don't mean be belligerent. That don't mean be disrespectful. That don't mean honor your woman. But what it means is don't compromise the core of yourself, because don't I always say when a motherfucker gets to the point of marriage, this motherfucker's broken down and he's looking for somebody to wheel his ass around in a wheelbarrow. He's looking for some type of support system. Well, you know, I'm getting old and I need somebody to look after me. This motherfucker ain't at the height of his masculine power. Be free and honest.
Well, I beg to differ somewhat, Zoe.
Come on, don't
because
beg,
no, well, I'm just saying that's just a phrase, you know.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
But listen, no, I think some men strength is in who they are and who they believe they are and the walk that they walk. If I love my family and care for my family and I want to actually have a different tone in my home and my family, which means I want to listen. And, you know, even though they say married men live longer, that's true.
It's true.
But what I'm saying is that I do. That part is a joy that stays with you the rest of your life.
Right.
That other stuff, that anger, that being a man, that hurting that woman, that comes in your mind
we
too
don't
later
want
on.
them to hurt.
No, but still, you have to. You can make decisions on the big things if you're prepared. But it should be a communication between you two. If you're the breadwinner, you make the big decisions because you're bringing the bread in.
Right.
If you're not bringing any bread in, then you set my table.
You don't. Ooh. Tech, speak on it.
All right.
Say it
if I'm
again.
bringing the bread in and you're not bringing any bread in, you set my table. You make sure my children are loved.
What about the bad guy that ain't making the bread that's still getting the table made for him?
And unfortunately, that girl did not get enough love from her daddy, and her
She
daddy
probably
ain't
didn't have a
stepping up.
daddy.
Didn't have a daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you agree or disagree with Lewis Dix, I encourage you to call in. 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. We were covering the top 10 ways to break up respectfully. Don't drag it out. Be honest. Don't overlap. We spoke to a caller just a moment ago. I think it was Lisa out of Cali. Don't overlap. Can we be friends? Listen, like Lewis was saying, and don't. Somebody said, don't do it in a public place. Don't break up in a public place. You know. They also say write down how you feel. Don't feel guilty. Don't pick a fight. Leave as you would like to be left. So there are a lot of rules out there on how to break up effectively without actually causing a fucking ruckus. Anthony from Cali, You're in the voice of reason. It's your time to chime. Holla.
Hey, Zo, how you doing, man?
What's up, bro?
Hey, man, I've been married twice. The first time I was married 7 years, and I was married the second time 16 years, and in between those two, I was single approximately 3 months. Cause I like being in relationships, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
were you raised with your pops?
Yeah, I'm the type of dude that bring home his paycheck to his woman, cater to his woman up to a certain point, and I thought that would make peace in the household. It took me through 2 marriages to find out that ain't it.
That ain't it. I could have told you shit.
Well, here's the thing, though, Zoe. He took his paycheck home
because he thought that shit was right.
No, here's the thing. No, you don't be stupid. You take your paycheck home, but if you're a married man, and look, I say when you start your marriage, if you're able to make whatever, if you can make $1,000 extra a month, that's what you put away every month. Now, I was married for 17 months, so that's all I'm saying.
17
put
years.
away $1,000 a month or $100 a month for you, for your entire marriage. And if things don't work out, then you can walk away.
Wow.
Because women do that too.
Anthony, talk to me.
Men don't. I did.
Yeah.
Talk to me. I mean, why did you think it was a good thing to just give her your whole paycheck? You thought it would make peace? I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it would make peace in the household, but what it actually did was make her think that she was the man.
Right. You got punked out. Thanks for the check, nigga. Get back out there and push them stones.
No.
That's how it happened.
No, that's society of pushing.
He said it took him 2 marriages to find out that shit, that's what it was.
Well, let's be honest. He unfortunately married 2 wrong women who now probably are suffering more than him.
Well, I found out that I was attracted to the same type of woman.
There we go. Okay. Let's talk about attachment theory.
Yeah, it took me 2 marriages to figure that out, though.
Well, all right, man. Well, thanks for letting us know how much of a sucker you were. We appreciate it.
Wow, thanks, Anthony.
Hang
thanks
in there.
for calling, man. Shit. Again, attachment theory. I didn't get a chance to ask the dude about his, what kind of household he was brought up in. Was it a single-parent household? What kind of daddy he had? What kind of mama he had? How he attached to her? A lot of this shit develops how we're going to be in a relationship.
Yeah, my dad was a player.
My dad was a player.
And I chose not to be. Here's the thing. I know how to be a player. And that's when people get the misconception when they think of
Lewis,
nerds.
3 years of sand in your pocket is not playing. At least, I don't know what game that is.
Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, there's women right now who I can just, what's her name, Eva Pickford? Where is she?
Would you? Would you?
Last time I saw her, she walked to me.
Did she?
That's right.
You're just a fucking baby. Parents from Dallas. You're in the voice of reason. It's your time to chime. Holla.
Hey, what's happening, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
What up, man?
Not much, bro. All right, the deal is with me, I was married for almost 2.5 years.
Turn your radio down just a little bit, bro.
All right. Yeah, I was married for about 2.5 years or whatever. And my ex-wife decided that she was going to leave me or whatever, basically because I have a child from a previous relation. And she just couldn't deal with the fact of being a stepmother anymore.
Well, wait a minute. Did she marry you after she knew that, or did you reveal that to her after you guys were married?
We both found out at the same time. I basically found out I had a son when he was 4 months old, and we had been married for 2 months at the time. So that's kind of what happened. But
so you were overlapping.
Yeah, she was supposed to leave you, Holmes.
Yeah, you kind of fucked up on that one. But, yeah. I mean, were you fucking around with her while you guys were, or you were fucking around with the other woman while you guys were engaged, yeah?
No, not at all.
Well, if we doing the math, you guys were married for 2 months, and then the baby is born. Come on now, let's do the math now.
Yeah. Let me re-explain that so you can understand.
Yeah, because right now you at the 2-yard line, the ball is coming.
My ex-wife and I, we only knew each other for about 4 months before we decided to take that little step and get engaged or whatever. My baby mom, I had been broke up with her, and, we had been over or whatever. She ran off and decided that she was going to have, a kid behind my back and not let me know that she was even pregnant. So I had already moved on with my wife, started a new relationship, decided to get married and all that. We had been married for 2 months at the time. My son was already 4 months out of the womb when I found out I had him.
Oh, so you didn't even know that your previous breakup situation, you didn't know that the woman was pregnant?
Not at all. Nope.
Wow. Okay, so the pregnancy, the birth, all of that came as a surprise to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It came as a surprise to both of us.
Well, you sound like you're taking care of him right now, and that's a good thing, man.
Oh, yeah. You know, I got to be a part of my son. Like, too many brothers is, you know, neglecting their responsibility. And,
I
and
love
that's kind of where the problem between my ex-wife and I came up, because she was happy that I wanted to step up and take on that role, but she just never could really get over the fact that I just had a child. She always thought...
So you just ruined the fantasy for her.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just ruined it, yeah.
Well, you know, I'm glad he did. I'm glad he made the choice as opposed to her and the child. He made the support for the child.
Right, and you know what? I'm going to tell you something else. You dodged a bullet. Because if the woman really loves you, she gonna love what's of you.
Yes, you're right.
Whether she knew about it or not. Her shit, she was more about the fantasy.
Right.
This motherfucker ain't lined up to my criteria. Well, if you love the motherfucker, it supersedes the criteria anyway.
I'm telling you.
So you dodged a motherfucking bullet. Tell her to kick rocks and take care of your son. Pieces of April. Thank you for calling, homie.
Pieces of April.
Shit. That's some bullshit, right?
Yeah, because April's an Aries.
We married. But you know what?
Yeah, now
I just found out, like you found out that you got a son, so I'm done with you. Well, peace out, bitch.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But so you can imagine the game she ran on him prior to getting married, if that's what she does.
Right. Find a Ken doll trick. Anyway, what does this say? I'm just a little pissed off right now.
I know, Zo.
We have a beautiful woman in here. She comes most of the time. She works here. She won't tell us. She won't get on the mic anyway, but she'll write little snide questions and shit like this.
Yeah, what's her?
Her question is, why do men rebound with knockoffs of the one they just broke up with? She called these bitches knockoffs.
Well,
like fake Gucci bag bitches.
No. What it is
what is that?
The other ones, they're not knockoffs. They're the ones without the benefits. Now, the ones that were with you got the benefits, so that's why they might be missing a tooth or two, because they don't have the benefits, or their kitchen is a little raggedy.
But you know what, Lou? That happens on both sides of the fence.
Oh, yeah.
You know, women are serial dating the same kind of dude. You know? Guys are serial dating the same kind of girl.
You do go for that little type. I mean, it's your type. I mean, guys, we all have our type.
No, but I'm saying beyond the physical preference, it might be a psychological type you fucking with. Some motherfuckers like dating the drama in a person.
True.
Somebody likes, there are people out there who like dating and rebounding with the confusion in a motherfucker.
Right, and girls create that. And it's funny you say that, because
girls
some girls will create drama, will create the drama just so they can feel comfortable in the relationship. And they start tripping when you don't want to argue. Like, I'm not arguing about that.
Tim from Georgia. You're in the Voice of Reason. It's your time to chime. Holla.
Oh, man, I love you guys, man. Zo, you always have some great topics.
Appreciate it, man.
Tonight, I actually agree with Lewis Dix.
I bet you do.
Thank you.
Usually, I have we disagree. I'm about 50-50 with him, but if we were to all take on the role that he has right now, the world would be a lot better, man.
Thank you.
I was married for 16 years.
Wow.
Go ahead, Tim.
Lou was doing. My marriage started going the way Lou's went. I seen it coming, so before I made a decision to go to jail, I bounced.
There you go.
There we go.
I wound up in another relationship, got married again because I do like the marriage thing. But I had to change my tactics. I couldn't be that soft, nice person anymore. I had to do what you said, Zo. I had to be honest with myself first. Speak my mind at all times and don't take no bullshit.
Right. And you find that the women will appreciate if you just keep it real like a motherfucker.
I can respect that.
Women appreciate the real.
No, I can respect what he's saying, because that's part of what I'm working on now. Of me, is being more honest, and that's why I don't want to just jump into anybody, because then I feel like that softness will come back.
Hey, thanks,
and
Tim,
I'll get
for the
caught
call.
up. Yeah, Tim, really respect, Tim.
That's
much respect.
Softness, I'm telling you, that romantic shit in the beginning, women love it, the courting and the ruffling of the peacock feathers and all that special shit. Women like that shit. It's all good. But you gonna need a real back backbone to make them stay interested in you.
Yeah, you can't be using a loofah, huh?
No, nigga, you can't. You can't use all the Calgon, nigga.
You can't be walking around smelling like cotton blossom.
Right, because then they're gonna be like, this motherfucker's a girl.
I say that, but I used the loofah and I was using cotton blossom. So
really?
Yeah.
This motherfucker was getting a pedicure. Bishop from ATL, you're in the voice of reason. It's your time to chime. Holla.
Hey, give me a hot one to get what I gotta say out, cause this topic is I listen to older men and people say they got through marriages. I had an old school cat talk to me when I was young, and what he said always stuck with me. He told me, I'm only 29. He said, you could tell a woman what she want to hear and have a bad relationship, and somebody who don't know you and want to be with you when you turn to the person who you really are. Or you could tell them up front. Like, this is what I do. I'm in a happy relationship right now, but before I got with her, I said, look, I don't wash no dishes. I don't do this. I don't do that. I like this. I don't like that. What like? So I can see if I'm willing to accept her fault and what she likes, and she knows on Sunday, this is what I do. I go to the games, I tailgate, I watch football. You know what I'm saying? She knows it's up front. She knows that I like this, and she knows that I don't like that. So when I'm telling her a woman straight up front.
Wow, he's gone. And he was a little long-winded, but we appreciate the content that he was bringing. He was bringing some good shit. Sorry that you got cut off, homie. Shit, we're getting towards the end of the show, and I think it's time for us to get ready to wrap. But, man, this is another topic that I encourage all my listeners to find me on Twitter, find me on Facebook, and let's continue the dialogue. Lewis Dix, where are you going to be? Tell these people where they can find you. Do you have a Twitter? Do you have a Facebook? Where are you performing next?
Man, you know, Friday we're going to be at the Hacks playing ball. The Foxxhole team has a team.
Foxxhole basketball team.
Celebrity team. We're all going to be there.
ZoWilliams left-handed, Lamar Odom style.
That's right. I'm going to have the clipboard coaching, but just to make sure nobody talks bad about me. They get really rough when you play ball and they don't you brick. Zoe and them, they don't play that. But also, I want to say this. I'm really proud of all the men who are trying to do the right thing. And shout out to my son who had over 100 yards, 10
receptions
today in the football game. And
shout out to my son too. Broke his arm, sticking his arm out the window.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
Wilding out.
I don't mean to laugh.
This motherfucker's
Are you
crazy.
serious?
Yes, he's crazy.
What zodiac sign is he?
He's Sagittarius. Fire.
What did you say,
Burn
Zoe?
me up. Shit.
What did you say?
Well, after I punched him in the chest for doing such stupid shit, this is before I knew his arm was broke. Right. I punched him in the chest. So I was like, nigga, the fuck are you doing? You know, he put his hand out the window because his mother is parking the car. And he's telling her, you're not that close to this pole. See? He grabs the pole while she's driving.
Ooh.
And fucking fractures the bone in his elbow on both sides.
So wait, you didn't hear him yell before you hit him in the chest?
No. He just can't. See, my son is, he's like the boy who cried wolf with injuries. It's like he's fascinated by injuries. So, the motherfucker will be on the basketball court be like, oh, shit, my knees are hurt. Nigga, you're 10. Your knees don't hurt, dude. They shit, the motherfuckers is brand new. Let's swap them out, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So he's always limping and shit, and don't be nothing wrong with him, right? You know what I mean? So this motherfucker holding his arm a certain kind of way. I'm like, nigga, if you don't start talking, what the fuck happened? So he wouldn't talk, and I know when he don't talk, he be lying.
Okay.
So I just bombed, boom, boom, in the chest, and his sister was like, Dad, no, he's really hurt. And, you know, she's 9, so when she gets there, she's really protective of him. They're both Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
So she flamed up on Dad, like, oh, no, this is wrong. Don't punch him. This is not right. I was like, oh, shit, this nigga's really hurting. Fuck, I'm sorry, son. Let's get this nigga to the emergency room. You know? So that's how that went. You know? Shout out to the son. Shit. Fuck. Anyway, let me wrap up. Shit. Love on the Rebound was our topic tonight. We were kind of all over the place, but it was still a fun show. Lewis Dix was my co-host. I really appreciate you for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
My caller from California, Lisa, she says she's a horrible rebounder, keeps the same old balls in rotation. Constant failure leads to her regress. That's what she said. You know, I'm sorry, sweetie, but you need to figure out why you replaying the same kind of dude in your mind, in your head, in your life. You know what I'm saying? Again, whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. You better change the quality of your thoughts so you can change the quality of your relationship. Low Life called with sheer fucking gravy and ignorance on the side. Appreciate the niggerosity that flowed freely from his jowls. Cloud, a.k.a. Mr. Splash. Please call yourself Splash again. We don't want to call you Cloud. Rebounders have a fear of being alone. After a breakup, he committed, he said he was celibate for 12 months, but it was really 9 because he had a near-death experience. This nigga here was just... I don't know what movie this nigga watched. Shit. I appreciate him for calling, though. He's always a great caller. Lorenzo from Georgia. Like Lewis, he became boring to his wife after 11 years. Rebounded by becoming a hoe and has difficulty committing to new relationships today. Man, you better unravel that web because you're going to keep replaying it. I think it was Einstein who said the greatest sign of insanity is to keep doing shit over and over again and expecting a different result. Change the content of your consciousness and you will change your experience in life. Anthony from California, married twice with only 3 months between them, thought bringing his check to his wives was the right thing to do, but it didn't work. 2 marriages later, he realizes otherwise. Motherfucker ain't got no money either. He broke as hell, too. So, shit. Hand over your nuts along with your check. Terrence from Dallas, ex-wife left him because she couldn't deal with being a stepmom. She wasn't a good look anyway. Considered that a dodged bullet. Tim from Georgia agrees with Lewis Dix. We'd all be better if we were more real and truthful in the beginning. And finally, Bishop said, he said a lot, but it boils down to being upfront. Yeah, he was kind of rambling, then he got cut off. But he just said be upfront. Ladies and gentlemen, Voice of Reason, Sirius 106, XM 149. We really appreciate all the callers and everybody who tried to reach out. I know it's hard to get in, but you know what? Find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter, at ZoWilliams. ZoWilliams on Facebook. And let's continue the conversation, and I'll see you next week with another heater. Peace!